A lot of head movement from Edwards here, Joe.
Unbelievable! Huge knockout for Sam Stout! Wow! Just like that! That is an incredible knockout. That is picture perfect. Eve's legs just now stopped shaking. Let's see this again. Eve lands and then, wow. The left hook he loves. And it's not just the knockout punch, but Eve's head bouncing off the ground as he got knocked out. Look at this. He goes out and his head bounces. And he is gone. And what's really incredible about that is that Sam got caught with a punch right before that. Let's see it again. He gets clipped right here hard and then lands his. Man. And that's one of the things we were talking about Sam. Sam has a great chin. And Eve's eyes were wide open there. If we can take another look at that last shot as he was laying flat. His eyes were wide open as he was unconscious, and that's not good. He's still down.
Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee John McCarthy has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 52 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout, Sam Hands of Stone Stout.
Sam Stout. Out here with Sam Hands of Stone Stout, and we hope he's okay because he is still down here. Let's take a look at that spectacular knockout. You got caught with a punch and landed his counter here. I mean, just as perfect as it gets.
You know, it takes more than that to stop me, Joe. And you know, that overhand left always works great for me against left-handers, so.
Well, one of the things we talked about is your chin. You have a great chin, and you can see it right there. You got caught with a big shot and landed a bigger one.
You know, Eve Edwards is a precision striker. I know I was going to have to, you know, rely on my chin a little bit. I was trying to work my head movement as much as I could during this training camp. I'm trying not to get hit as much as I usually do, but, you know, everything worked out for me tonight. I want to thank Sean Tompkins. I want to thank my jiu-jitsu coach, Kibo Robinson, Chris Wardesky, Mark Hominick back home, everyone at the Adrenaline Training Center, Tapo Training Center in Vegas. This has been a great camp, and I want to thank everybody here. I love you, Canada.
Congratulations, spectacular victory. Sam Stout, ladies and gentlemen.
UFC 131, Dos Santos versus Carwin is being brought to you by Tap Out, an expression of combat known worldwide, now available at tapout.com. MyGameFly.com, the best way to rent video games for Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and Wii. And by the only motorcycles worthy of being in the octagon, Harley-Davidson. Oh, a great night of fights inside Rogers Arena, Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Take a look at our submission of the night, brought to you by Tap Out, an expression of combat known worldwide, now available at tapout.com.
Well, the submission of the night was the only submission of the night. Chris Weidman caught Bonfeld in a standing guillotine choke and got the tap out with seconds to go in the round. And a round where he has badly injured his knee. So a nice victory for a very promising middleweight contender.
Chris Weidman defeating Jesse Bonfeld earlier. Kenny Florian making his featherweight debut tonight. And early it looked like Diego Nunes might have a speed advantage. He might have made Kenny think he made a mistake. Kenny Florian, still one of the best.
He took some real solid shots in this fight too. Yeah. The beginning of the first round, or the end of the first round, and the end of the third. Kenny had a real solid performance in this fight. Vicious elbows off his back, and really outworked the younger man and outconditioned him as well. You know, Kenny said it was very, very tough to make this weight class of 145 pounds, but I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that it's coming down from such a heavy weight at 180 pounds because he had knee surgery. You know, once he got down to a workable weight where he's at right now, I think it's going to be much easier for him to make 145 pounds again, and I think he becomes the most prominent possible contender for the 145-pound title now.
Well, he talked to you about it after the fight. He wants Jose Aldo. This has been the goal for Kenny forever, and he's been knocking on the door for a long time. He wants to wear that UFC championship belt.
This is no easy task. This is a a huge mountain to climb. And Jose Aldo at 145 pounds is arguably the best pound-for-pound fighter on the planet. He's right up there with Anderson Silva, George St. Pierre, and whoever else you might put in contention. He's potential number one, definitely in the top three.
Well, we know who the number one contender for the heavyweight belt is tonight. Junior Dos Santos, like it was to be before we found out that Cain Velasquez hurt his shoulder against Brock Lesnar. They will fight for the title.
He was just absolutely spectacular tonight. And everything that we thought, we knew that if the fight stayed on the outside, and if Shane couldn't make it dirty, that Junior was going to box him up with his spectacular boxing technique. And that's what he did. His speed, his lethal jab. We learned a lot about Junior Dos Santos tonight, and we also learned a lot about the heart of Shane Carwin. Shane took some tremendous punishment in that first round, and somehow or another was able to get through to the third round, and in losing the decision, tried his best, really gave it a good effort. But the real story of this fight was the technique of Junior Dos Santos, the mixed martial arts technique, which is constantly improving. His wrestling, which is much better now. Took down Shane Carwin easily twice. I mean, obviously Shane didn't expect it, didn't expect that kind of approach, but this is a message that Junior Dos Santos is sending to the other opponents of the heavyweight division. Expect everything, because he's working on everything.
Well, we were excited before when Cain Velasquez was to fight Junior Dos Santos, and now I think after watching Junior Dos Santos again tonight and getting to know him a little bit better on The Ultimate Fighter, I'm even more excited for the matchup.
He's an amazing human being and an incredible athlete and the most scary contender right now in the UFC. He's such a dangerous guy with his hands. In my opinion, he has the best hands in the heavyweight division, period. I just don't know whether or not he's going to be able to deal with the pace of Cain Velasquez and the full game of Cain Velasquez, the outstanding wrestling, the leg kicks, and the cardio of Cain Velasquez, the best cardio at AKA, and he's dealing with guys that are welterweights and lightweights. He's got incredible cardio. He's an amazing fighter. Cain is, in my opinion, one of the top pound-for-pound guys as well. And Junior Dos Santos matches up very, very well with him. Junior Dos Santos matches up very well with anybody who chooses to stand up with him. Yeah. Every fight starts standing up.
Yeah, and that's going to be what Cain Velasquez is going to try to make change very quickly. Cain Velasquez, the champion. That man, Junior Dos Santos, the challenger. They will fight for the UFC Heavyweight Championship of the World. Crazy week here in Vancouver, British Columbia. Canucks win last night. Dos Santos, the story tonight.
How happy did Dos Santos look? And he didn't have a scratch on his face.
Unbelievable fight, Joe. We've been busy. We're going to stay busy, though.
Absolutely, my friend.
All right, buddy. Great show again tonight. Congratulations, Junior Dos Santos, on the win in the main event. Here's what's coming up. On Saturday, June 18th, from American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas, the Strikeforce Grand Prix Heavyweight Tournament continues as Alistair Overeem faces Fabricio Verdum and Josh Barnett takes on Brett Rogers. Live on Showtime, check your listings internationally. Tickets are still available at the American Airlines Center box office and Ticketmaster.com. Then on Sunday, June 26th, from Consol Energy Center in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, it's UFC Marquardt versus Story, as Nate Marquardt faces Rick Story. Also, check Congo battles Pat Barry. Live on Versus and Rogers Sportsnet in Canada at 9 in the East, 6 in the West. Check your listings internationally. Tickets are still available. And on Saturday, July 2nd, from the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, Bud Light Lime presents UFC 132 as Dominic Cruz faces Uriah Faber for the UFC Bantamweight Championship, and Vanderlei Silva returns to take on Chris Lieben. Live on pay-per-view, coverage begins with prelims live on Spike in the U.S. and Rogers Sportsnet in Canada at 8 in the East, 5 in the West. Ticket and broadcast information for all upcoming events can be found at UFC.com.
Thank you, Xbox 360, for giving me a sneak peek at UFC Personal Trainer.
Connect for Xbox 360.
They are leaving, but they are leaving happy because it was a great night of fights. Here in BC, the executive producers of the Ultimate Fighting Championship, Frank Fertitta III, Lorenzo Fertitta, and UFC President Dana White. Our supervising producer is Craig Borsari. Tonight's show produced by Bruce Connell, directed by Anthony Pasquale Giordano. This whole city's in a buzz because the Canucks can win the Stanley Cup on Monday, but tonight it was about wins inside the octagon. And Dave Herman earned his first as he finishes John Ola Ainamo, Mark Munoz, Damian Maya, a battle of powerful middleweights. Back and forth the fight went. But in the end, the Filipino wrecking machine wins again. Then, in our co-main event of the evening, Kenny Florian entered the octagon at 145 to take on 16-1 Diego Nunes. The gun started strong, but in the end, Ken Flo wins again, his 12th career win of his UFC career. And finally, in our main event of the evening, it was Shane Carwin and Junior Dos Santos for a shot at Cain Velasquez at the UFC Heavyweight Championship. Everyone expected a finish. Everyone predicted a finish. And Dos Santos almost finished the fight early. They go the distance in a dominant performance by JDS. For Joe Rogan, Mike Goldberg saying so long until next time. We see you right back here inside the Octagon.